Warning: the SCP Foundation database is classified. Access by unauthorized personnel is strictly prohibited. Perpetrators will be tracked, located, and detained.
Item Number SCP-117. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-117 is to be kept in the small leather pouch it was found in, unless in use or in current study. Any personnel deemed mentally fit may enter the containment cell of SCP-117. Those suspected of trying to remove SCP-117 without permission are to be searched. If the item is found on their person, they are to be reprimanded. The door to the containment cell should remain locked, with a guard posted only when the object is in use. Description: SCP-117 appears to be a regular multitool of unknown make and brand found in
Redacted.
Florida. At first glance, only tools typical of such an item can be found on SCP-117, e.g., a screwdriver, knife, can opener, etc. However, if the user is faced with a specific task, regardless of what tool the subject intends to pull out and use, a tool perfectly fit for the task at hand will take its place. The size of the tool pulled does not appear to be constrained by the apparent spatial limitations of the multitool's frame, with several documented instances of tools being pulled from SCP-117 that are many times larger than SCP-117 itself. Once the task is completed and SCP-117 is closed, the tool used for that task cannot be found again until the user is confronted with a similar task that also requires it. Addendum: those with Level 2 security clearance should see Document Number 117-B. Document Number 117-A. Effects of Usage. After extensive testing with SCP-117, it has been discovered to cause harm and potentially death to the user by means of absorbing iron, copper, calcium, and zinc from the user's body while the user is touching the object. Gloves seem to have no curbing effect on this, and the rate of absorption seems to depend on the tool created by SCP-117. It is advised that only Class D personnel are used when testing SCP-117 to prevent death or injury of researchers. Document Number 117-B. Usage Log of SCP-117. Note: redundant entries omitted unless results differ. 1. Situation: a loose, non-standard screw on a metal plate. Tool produced: a non-standard screwdriver of the exact size required. 2. Situation: a nail loosely embedded in a piece of timber. Tool produced: a standard hammer. 3. Situation: a piece of timber with proposed cuts drawn in pencil. Tool produced: an electric saw, which required no outside power source. 4. Situation: a piece of bullet-resistant glass. Tool produced: an unknown laser cutting tool, which required no outside power source. 5. Situation: SCP
Redacted.
Tool produced: a bloodied combat knife. 6. Situation: a Foundation agent with a broken bone. Tool produced. A small item with a trigger, which, when pulled, emitted an unknown form of radiation, instantly healing the injury. 7. Situation. Class D personnel scheduled for termination. Tool produced.
Data expunged.
8. Situation. Communication needed with SCP-363. Tool produced.
Data expunged.
See Incident Report number 117-3F. O5 clearance required. 9. Situation. An unshuffled deck of playing cards. Tool produced. A mid-sized mechanical shuffler. 10. Situation. Class D personnel with terminal cancer. Tool produced. Item similar to tool produced in 6th test. 11. Situation. A perfectly healthy human male of European descent with no criminal record. Tool produced.
Data expunged.
12. Situation. A perfectly healthy human male of Latin American descent with no criminal record. Tool produced.
Data expunged.
13. Situation. SCP-138. Tool produced. A metal plate with the phrase, "That's rough, buddy," carved into it. 14. A silver dinner fork in perfect condition. Tool produced. No specialized tools could be found on SCP-117. 15. Situation.
Data expunged.
Tool produced. A screwdriver. 16. Situation. A dirty window. Tool produced. A nozzle that sprayed a mixture of soap and water. 17. Situation. An iPod with 15% battery remaining. Tool produced. The iPod end of a charging cord, which required no outside power source. 18. Situation. A blank sheet of standard computer paper. Tool produced. A pen filled with a seemingly infinite supply of black ink. 19. Situation. A Samsung cellular phone. Tool produced. A small device that, when attached to the phone, increased signal strength by approximately 250%. 20. Situation. A paperback copy of How to Survive When Reality Doesn't by Dr. Clef. Tool produced. A functioning lighter. 21. Situation. A hardcover copy of A Chronicle of the Devas, non-anomalous. Tool produced. A functioning lighter. 22. Situation. A hardcover copy of A Chronicle of the Devas, anomalous. Tool produced. A functioning flamethrower. Item burned with no complications. 23. Situation. A hardcover copy of A Chronicle of the Devas, non-anomalous, but recovered from the Wanderer's Library. Tool produced. An anti-book lice spray. Document number 117-G. Developments concerning SCP-117. Note by Dr. Climan.
After exposing SCP-117 to an array of different items and people, It appears that the object may very well be sentient to some degree. Because of this, we must consider the possibility that the SCP is susceptible to telepathy and must not come into contact with any SCPs with known telepathic powers.
Testing with other SCPs is suspended as of September 16th.
Redacted.
Note number 117-1, May 4th.
Redacted.
Testing is suggested for SCP-882 and is under consideration by Dr. Climan. Note number 117-2, June 19th, 2000.
Redacted.
Further biological testing is halted by Dr. Climan after incident number 117-4A. SCP-117 is still fit to be used for any repairs around the facilities, as long as the object is followed by one or more armed guards briefed on its proper use. Note number 117-4, June 21st, 2000.
Redacted.
Note by Dr. Climan.
After much consideration, I must deny testing of SCP-117 with SCP-882. The risk of damaging SCP-882 is simply too great to overlook.
Note number 117-26, September 16th.
Redacted.
Note by Dr. Climan.
After incident number 117-3F, I am forced to put a stop to all testing of SCP-117 in conjunction with other SCPs. The risk of a total loss of containment is far too great. All biological testing is to be halted until a later date, as the results so far have proved inconsistent. And there is a limit of Class D staff available for my research.
Note number 117-27, July 20th.
Redacted.
Biological testing resumed by Dr. Climan, with mixed results. Testing of SCP-117 with other SCPs under reconsideration by O5.
Redacted.
Though it seems unlikely further testing will occur. Note number 117-28, March 20th.
Redacted.
Testing is suggested for SCP-682. End of file. The SCP Foundation database is produced and narrated by Joshua Alan Lindsay. SCP-117, Complete Multitool, was written by an unknown author and edited by Joshua Alan Lindsay. The voice of Dr. Climan was Christian Jasper. Support for the database is solely provided by our patrons on Patreon. Please consider supporting the show at patreon.com/the SCP Foundation database to gain access to exclusive benefits, including bonus content, joke SCPs, merch, the ability to request episodes, and an invite to our private Discord server. If you enjoy the database, consider leaving a rating or review, and stay connected by following any of our social media profiles. Links can be found in the episode description.